Hello everybody. Today we are going to discuss about the universal decimal classification under library classification practice. Today basically we will cover the different types of auxiliaries and the special auxiliary and common auxiliary. Okay. Myself, Dr. Sibsankar Jana, Head of the Department, University of Kolkata, Department of Library and Information Science. Okay, so you see, today mainly we will cover the common auxiliaries of time, subject specification by notation from non-UDC sources, common auxiliaries of point of view, common auxiliaries of material, common auxiliaries of persons and personal characteristics, and lastly the special auxiliary. Okay. So, first is common auxiliary of time. It is denoted by actually within the double quotation mark. Okay. You see, this is the symbol. This time auxiliary denotes the play, the date, point of time or range of time of a subject represented by a main UDC number. You see some example. Suppose in case of millennium, we use mainly one digit. Okay. So, third millennium will be the 2 within double quotation mark. In case of century, we will use the 2 digit, that is 28th century within double quotation 19. In case of third century, we will use 02 within the double quotation mark. Okay, so 2 digit. But in case of decade, you see, we will use the 3 digit UDC class number. So, 1930s we will use 193 within double quotation and 930s, that is 093 within double quotation marks. In case of year, we will use the 4 digits, that is 2020, that is within double quotation 2020. If this is the 3 AD, so we will use 0003 within double quotation, that is 4 digit. Okay. In case of 13 AD, we will use 0013 within double quotation mark. But in case of BC, we will use the minus sign, that is 13 BC minus 0013 within double quotation marks. But in case of a duration or span of time, suppose say 1980 to 1995, so we will use 1980 stroke 1995 within double quotation mark. Okay. So, you see some another examples. In case of date, so we will use the year 4 digit, then dot, month 2 digit, and then day dot 2 digit. So, the example is 17th January 2021. So, we will use within double quotation mark 2021.01.17. But in case of particular time on a particular date, suppose 21st hour 20 minutes 23 seconds on 13th February 2020. So, first will come year 2020, then dot 02 for February, then 0.17 for 17th February, and dot 21, that is the hours, dot 20 for 20 minutes, and dot 23, that is 23 seconds. Okay, all are within the double quotation mark. Okay, then next you see the February month. So, February month is basically the individual month, class number is 332, then February 0.02. So, February is the second month. Okay, then February month in 1984, so it will be 1984.332.02 within the double quotation mark. Okay, first year, then the month of the year, and then the 02, that is February. And next example, you see the 331st day in a year. So, it will be 329, that is day of the year, dot 331 is 331st day in the year. Another example, you see 28th day of a month. So, day of a month is basically the 336, then 28th day dot 20 within double quotation. Okay, 9.03 AM on a day. So, 347, that is the time on a day, then dot 09, that is 9 hours, and dot 03 for 3 minutes. Then summer vacation, you see there is a number vacation 385 within double quotation, summer 322. So we can use the summer vacation number by putting a colon within this. You see the within double quotation 385 colon 322, that is summer vacation. If we want to classify the Durga Puja vacation, then 382, that is festival holiday within double quotation, and Durga Puja during October. So 327, that is month of the year, dot 10, that is 10th month October. Okay, so Durga Puja vacation may be the within double quotation 382 colon 327 dot 10. Again, you see there are so many time provision in UDC. Just I will give you a portion from the schedule of the UDC. You see that is 4-6 within double quotation, ages and age group of person, animate and inanimate things. So again you see this 461 to 464 is subdivided as 41 to 44. So 461 within double quotation will be the age up to 1 day, and then 4614.03.15 age of 3 hours 15 minutes and so on. Okay, so and another example you see in time auxiliary, that is within double quotation 61 to 6. This is basically the beauty of the UDC, that there is a provision of geologic time. So prehistoric and geologic time. So in case of 611, you see it is assigned Precambrian, that is more than 600 million years back, and 6111, that is Archean, 6112 Eozoic, 613 Paleozoic, 6131 Cambrian, 6132 Ordovician, 6133 Silurian, and 6134 Devonian, 6135 Carboniferous, 6136 Permian, 6115 Mesozoic, 6151 Triassic, 6152 Jurassic, 6153 Cretaceous. So and 62 is Cenozoic. All the geologic times are stated in the UDC time auxiliary. So next we will cover the common auxiliary of subject specification by notation from non-UDC sources. It is denoted by asterisk and capital A to Z. So this is very nice provision in UDC. You can accommodate any non-UDC but standard number to UDC class number. You see, first one is the use of asterisk. So the asterisk introduce a notation which is not an authorized UDC number present in the UDC schedule, but it is a kind of standard non-UDC source. So you see the example, it will be clear. So first one, road engineering of 33rd National Highway in India, that is NH33. So NH33 is a standard classification of the National Highway of India. So NH33 is basically a standard classificatory number. Okay, so we can assign the class number of this title, that is 625.711.1, that is road engineering. Then India within parenthesis 540. Then we put a asterisk for non-UDC number, then NH33. This is a standard national highway classification of India government. Okay. So in next example, you see the road engineering at 33 degree centigrade. So 33. So degree centigrade is also a standard classification of the temperature in degree centigrade or degree Fahrenheit or degree Kelvin. So we can use the class number of that title, that is 625.711.1, then put asterisk and then C for centigrade and 33 for 33 degree. So you see the next example, strontium 90. So it is basically the 90 is the atomic mass of the strontium. So we can classify this strontium 90, that is 546.42, that is the metal of the chemistry, and then 0.027 for strontium, and then we put the asterisk 90 for atomic mass number, because this is a standard number for atomic mass or atomic weight. Next, another part in a non-UDC source, that is capital A to Z, that is direct alphabetical specification A to Z. Alphabetical specification is used for proper names or acronym. Suppose a subject of a book is Geography of Kollani. So the class number will be Geography, that is 9-1. Then Kollani is basically a town or place of West Bengal in India. So 541.23 for West Bengal. Then we can use the alphabetical, that is Kalyani, because it is a proper name, place name. So some people they use capitalize, that is K in uppercase, then Alyani in lowercase, but we use basically all the caps. Okay. So next one, you see biography of Rabindranath Tagore. So the class number 929 for biography, and for Rabindranath Tagore we can use only the alphabet, that is Tagore, Tagore. And in last example, you see hippocampus. This is basically 597.53 hippocampus, where 59753 is basically seahorse. Then I use the alphabetical device, that is 597.53, then you attach the hippocampus, okay, in a capitalized form. So first letter is capital, other is in lowercase. Next one is the common auxiliaries of point of view. This is basically the dependent common auxiliary in UDC, because this auxiliary cannot exist in its own. It requires a main UDC number to attach to it. This auxiliary denotes the most general point of view from which a subject may be considered, that is concept, theory, purpose, activity, process, etc. They are applicable throughout the UDC main number. Okay. Then you see the example. So first one is road engineering from political point of view. So you see road engineering, the class number is 625.711.1, and the political point of view here 0.000.32. So this is the political point of view. Again, in the next example, you see road engineering from the election point of view. So 625.711.1, that is road engineering, and the election number is basically in the main schedule, that is 324, and there is a provision in UDC, that is special auxiliary under this point of view common auxiliary, that is 0.000.02.9 subdivided as 0 to 9. Okay, 0 to 9, that is whole schedule. So the whole schedule number, that is election number, is 324. So we can put, that is .000.324 for election point of view. So the ultimate class number of the road engineering from the election point of view will be 625.711.1.000.324. Okay. Next, you see some portion of the schedule of UDC. You see 0.006, that is space, site, accommodation point of view, including the official residence. Okay. So there are subdivision of 0.006. So 0.006.1 accommodation for management, 0.006.2 accommodation for research, investigation, etc. 0.006.25 research laboratory, 0.006.3 accommodation for manufacture, production, etc. 0.006.5 accommodation for storage and transport. So many provisions are there in UDC for the point of view, dependent auxiliary. So now another auxiliary, that is table I1K, that is common auxiliaries of material. It is denoted by hyphen 03. Mind it, hyphen 03. Basically, this auxiliary denotes the material or constituent of which object or products are made. So these are applicable throughout the schedule of UDC main number. Okay. So you see the first example, that is manufacturing of furniture made up of plastic. So there is a number in UDC schedule, that is manufacturing of furniture 684-036.5 is mainly for the plastics. So hyphen 036.5 actually taken from the material common auxiliary. So material common auxiliary is attached to the main number. Okay, so you see the another example, manufacturing of furniture made up of jute and cotton. So this is basically combination of two material. So manufacturing of furniture 684, then jute, the number of jute in material common auxiliary hyphen 037.1 and cotton hyphen 037.2. And you see the note, composite material may be denoted by apostrophe combination in which apostrophe replaces hyphen 03 of the second and subsequent component number. You see, so the class number will be 684 hyphen first material number 037.1. Then you delete the hyphen 03 and place the apostrophe here. So the class number will be 684 hyphen 037.1, then apostrophe 72. You see, the hyphen 03 will be deleted and it is replaced by the apostrophe. Okay. So then the common auxiliaries of person and personal characteristics. This common auxiliary denotes the persons concerned or their characteristics, but not things or discipline according to personal application. These are applicable throughout the UDC schedule. Okay. So you see, basically this example you see, person as agent. So first the number is hyphen 051 for person as agent. So if you attach hyphen 051 to any subject, then suppose say library professional. So library science number is 02. Then you attach hyphen 051. So library science professional. If you attach to 61 hyphen 051, 61 is medical science. So hyphen 051. So medical professional. And another number is, there is a provision that is hyphen 052 for person as target. So library user. So users are the target for library. So library users will be 02 for library and information science, then hyphen 052 for the person as target. Okay. Again you see the combination of personal characteristics, two numbers one by one. You see. So first one, so example is female adolescent domestic staff. So there is a class number in main UDC table, that is domestic staff. Class number is 647, and you see adolescent number is hyphen 053.6 in person common auxiliary, and female the class number is hyphen 055.2 in the person common auxiliary. So we can use these two persons class number side by side to the main class number. So the main class number may be the 647 hyphen 053.6 hyphen 055.2. So in this way you can attach n number of person class number to any main schedule number of UDC. Next, there is a very nice provision in UDC and beauty of the UDC is the provision of special auxiliary subdivision. So special auxiliary subdivision has their limited scope. So it is applicable to the limited portion of the main class number and maybe also for the common auxiliary class number. So there are three kinds of notation are in use as special auxiliary. So first one is the hyphen series, that is hyphen 1 to hyphen 9. Okay, these are mainly analytical or differentiative in function, serving to indicate elements, components, properties, purpose and other details of the subject denoted by the main number to which they apply. Basically, all these numbers are automatically enumerated in the UDC schedule. So you no need to construct these number hyphen 1 to hyphen 9, all are there in UDC schedule. You just assign the class number for this. So you see, this is the portion of the UDC special auxiliary. Under literature, you see 82-1 to -9. So 82 is for literature, then -1 to 9 for literary form. So -1 to -9 basically for special auxiliary subdivision of 82. You see 82-1 for poetry, 82-2 for drama, 82-3 for fiction, and etc. And there are subdivision of also the poetry portion is there, 82.12 dramatic verse, 82.13 epic poem, etc. Okay. Then you see the next special auxiliary series is the point not series, that is 0.01 to 0.09. These are more diversely used and often developed in much more detail than hyphen series, that is -1 to -9, providing sets and subsets of recurrent concepts such as aspect, studies, activities, process, operation, plant, and equipment. Okay, so have a look to the portion of UDC schedule. Here you see the main number is 338.24C, that is economic measures. Under this main number, there is a provision of special auxiliary subdivision. So, this special auxiliary subdivision you see 338.246.025 for administrative measures, 338.246.025.2 regulation, then 338.246.025.3 license, permit, etc. So all these special auxiliaries are applicable to 338.246 and its subdivision. So it may all these special auxiliary is also applicable to 338.246.2. Again you see here is also another portion is that is principal division. So principal division is 338.33, that is structure of production, product variety, diversification, range, specialty, etc. 338.34 fluctuation in production. Okay, so under this 338.34 there is a provision of special auxiliary. So these special auxiliaries are only applicable to the main class number 338.34 or its subdivision, that is 338.341, 342, 341.1 and etc. You see, so another provision is also there. You can use more than one special auxiliaries to this main class number. Suppose 338.34, 0.055.2, 0.055.3, 0.055.4. Okay, so you see another example, special auxiliary subdivision under 338.35. So these special auxiliary again applicable to this number. And next, the apostrophe series. The apostrophe series basically 0 to '9. These are usually more specific than -1 to -9 and 0.01 to 0.09. Okay, and are often synthetic or integrative in function, denoting the compound subject by compound notation. See the example. So there is a class number for the Nationalist Party, that is 329.17 for Nationalist Party. Then the class number for Republican Party is 329.23 and the class number for Liberal Party is 329.12. Okay, so you see, so we can construct all these, integrating all these class number to a particular, subject. Suppose the subject is basically the Nationalist, Republican, Liberal Party in India. So the class number of National Party is given in the schedule, class number of Republican Party is there in schedule, and class number of the liberal party is also there in the schedule, but there is no provision of nationalist, republican, liberal parties. So this is a combination of these three. So this is basically a compound subject. So with the help of this special auxiliary, we can construct the class number of this by putting the apostrophe sign. You see, the class number will be 329.17, then apostrophe 23, apostrophe 12. We just omit the the common portion before the dot or before the decimal 329. Okay, so just we use first 329 for parties and dot 17, then apostrophe 23, then apostrophe 17, and India, the class number of India, that is taken from the place auxiliary within parenthesis 540. Okay, so you see the portion of the schedule in a UDC. So the 8.1, that is apostrophe 16, that is meta theory of linguistics. Basically 8.1 is for language linguistics, and apostrophe 16 is a special auxiliary of linguistics, that is called meta theory of linguistics. So again you see 8.1 apostrophe 2 to apostrophe 44. So all the subject field and facet of linguistics. You see 8122 for general theory of sign in relation to linguistics, semiology, semiotics. 81 apostrophe 221 non-verbal communication. 81 apostrophe 221.2 mime, facial expression, gesture, etc. 81 apostrophe 221.22 natural mime, etc. And in this way 81 apostrophe 23, that is psycholinguist, psychology of language. Okay, and 81 apostrophe 232 language acquisition, developmental linguistics, etc. And you see there is also some instruction that is given in example form, that is this portion jargon is denote further details by the subdivision by apostrophe dot and hyphen 05 from the person table. So you see the example 81 apostrophe 276.1 language or idioms, 81 apostrophe 276.11 language or idioms of the upper states, and so on. Okay, and special auxiliary subdivision may be used within the common auxiliary also. So this is the beauty of the UDC, that is special auxiliary subdivision may be applicable to the common auxiliary portion of the subdivision. So you see places with reference to race, ethnic zone, and here is the instruction, that is within parenthesis 1 equal to triple dot, that is number of the language. So details by equal to triple dot within parenthesis. So this is table IF. So German Switzerland, Italian Switzerland, then the place of the Switzerland, that is number is 494, but German and Italian actually taken from the language table equal to 112.2. So German language equal to 131.1 Italian language. So German Switzerland, that is Switzerland where German peoples are there. So we can construct this way the class number. Then physical feature, you see miniature dictionary. So 038.021.6 within parenthesis is basically the dictionary in form auxiliary, and miniature edition is 0.021.6. So this is basically the special auxiliary of the common auxiliary. So we can combine this number and replaces the 0 by this number, then we can construct that miniature dictionary, that is 038.021.6. And in this way you see modern Hindi language equal to 214.21 apostrophe 06. So modern period is basically equal to triple dot apostrophe 06, and the Hindi language is equal to 214.21. So this number may be placed here to form the modern Hindi language or Hindi language of the modern period. So the class number will be equal to 214 0.21 apostrophe 06. Okay. Thank you.